So, things are happening at a pace that is elevated. And by elevated, I mean decelerated. Is that what I mean? Who knows what I mean. Actually, you guys might. You've been listening to me long enough, especially some of you older subs, you may just have an idea of what the hell I'm talking about. It's kind of frightening. Kind of interesting. Kind of just really kind of, something, alright. But, so as you can see, more engineers sailing off to do more engineering elsewhere. There's no way they're giving up. They've got way too many cities to give up. The city just seems to want to hold on. They're very tenacious defenders, and I'm gonna find me that ironclad if I keep looking. Eventually I'll find it. Or it'll sail by a city I'm nowhere near. Unless they get more than one, which is very possible, because they tend to spam a big navy once they get decent navy technology, like ironclads, destroyers, even cruisers. You don't see battleships too often, because the time they get battleships, they can make bombers. When they can make bombers, they spam bombers. That's just how they do things. I mean, I roll awesomeness, and they roll really strong military. I mean, that's just how things work in the land of Muckamuck, Not much you can do about it. You just accept it, and you move on with your life. Speaking of moving on with their lives, a lot of these cities are really starting to get impressive. They're really moving on and upwards and outwards and getting ready. Oh, they're getting ready, alright. For the day that war finally ends and I release my tyrannical grip and we go democratic, it'll be good days ahead. But not today. Today they must listen and prepare for war and build coastal fortresses and airports. Yes, that is what they must do. And banks. What good is a bank gonna do in a communist society? I mean... whatever. Whatever, Trevor. Oh well, I think I know what city's gonna get pounded on for a while. Kagoshima! Which is, the most Persian-sounding city name ever. If they hadn't just taken that away from them before. Like Jerkai Malurkai. That's the plural of Jerkus Malurkus. And don't you forget it. Oh, silly, silly Persians. Where's the rest? There is one hidden there. I knew there was. Rackin' frackin' door. That's all I can say to that. Oh well. Let's get more dudes marching over here. See if we can take Gulaman and Urgabu and Prakadbadakadak and build Senelbeat. Pretty typical fare. Oh, we can't put them in right away. That's dangerous. When you're at war, it's dangerous to leave a city unprepared like that, because they can come around and just take it with anything. An engineer can show up and take that. You gotta have a land unit. You can't just come in with a ship and do it. That would be ridiculous. So yeah, you gotta make sure you do things in the proper order and all that fun jazz. But it's not a bad idea to keep a crappy unit around. If nothing else, you can take a city and it's embarrassing. Well, embarrassing for whoever gets taken like that, of course. A horse, of course, that's the way things happen. Man, oh man. Good thing I got all this recycling stuff in, because that offshore platform would have really added to the whole pollution woes. Port facility. Well, I guess we can make ourselves some navy yards, some naval yards. You do what you gotta do to keep your military machine smoking along. So one thing I've learned in this game over the years is that you need to keep a reasonable standing military. I used to be a very anti-military, but I paid for a lot. Cruise missiles are awesome. Attack power of 18. It also allows you to build nuclear missiles once you get the capability to, build nukes. You actually got to make the Manhattan Project first. Then you can worry about stuff like that. Did I just sell that wall? I did. But I'm not real worried about a land attack down in the south. I control that area of the world very firmly. So only in the north, really, there's a couple small areas I don't control. Hey, elephant, you dead. Oh, and I got a veteran stat out of it. Look at that. I just killed 3 of the military units with a cruiser. That's awesome. So now they won't have as much money to spend on the island where the war's been going on, because I'm going to make them replace their troops at home. That'll take some of their money away, some of their focus. It's going to be good times. Not for them, but it'll be good times just the same. Well, check out that nice little lake in the middle of the continent. That's pretty nice. Looks like you can get some nice fish in there. I don't know why I think you can catch fish there, but I just think you can. Oh my, come on. You know, considering they started a war with me, they're really not doing much attacking. They're doing very good defensive work to keep me out of their face, but they're kind of pissing me off with this whole passive thing they've got going, you know? That's just not how I want to see this war run. I want to see you guys charge out of the cities like morons and make my job easy. The Greeks, they obliged me. They really honestly tried to attack me. They had a lot of military, mind you. So they tried to pick fights, and that was not the wise course of action. Because they may have killed some of my units, but ultimately they got caught with their loincloths down. And I say loincloths because their technology is still pathetic. I gotta wait for the end of the game. There's a thing called a power graph. We'll be able to figure out when I went to war with the Greeks just by their power graph. Their power graph, which takes your technological advancements along with your military might. Hey, we're over 100 million. Hooray! That's awesome. And to celebrate, we will enjoy some Super Monkey Ball music because, well, I like Super Monkey Ball. So there. Also, banks. Banks are amazing. Gee, I think that island could use some work. And look at that. 2 railroad spots all of a sudden, just bam, popped up overnight. It's crazy, man. It's nuts. You might even say it's insane. No. Alright, we got 4 units around that place now. They might be able to kill 1 this turn if they attack. Otherwise, I can probably just fortify and wait till they're all full health, and then I'll go to town. It'll be pretty sweet. More ironclads sailing around. If they're smart, they don't mess with my cities, because almost all of them have coastal fortresses. And ironclads are not going to stand much of a chance versus defending marines who have double strength, on top of the fact that they're fortifying and veterans. Oh yeah, it's all about stacking the odds against them. They may win the odd battle, but most of the time, you gonna win. Make sure you don't ever lose a city. That's pretty embarrassing. You don't want to have that happen. That's another thing. A lot of people say you should spread your wonders of the world out over all your cities. No, you shouldn't. You should have them in a real, like in the cradle, like the center of your civilization, which you keep heavily defended, so they can't sneak in and take something. Because during a war, if somebody takes the UN away from you, they take all the bargaining power away from you, you know? They become the ones who can force peace on you at any time. You can't refuse to talk to them. And, then that way, then, you know, you have to try to take it back, but you can't force a lot of battle. You have to change into, like, a fundamentalist group and, like, you know, work at them that way and try to take them by surprise. Because if it doesn't work, well, TFB, you know? TFB. So where were we? Oh, yes. Building railroads, harvesting bananas. Bananas! They look really good in tokens! No, but seriously, bananas. A lot of swamp to be taken care of there at Shadow's Temple. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. This whole... yeah, that whole continent's probably not going to get a ton of work. I just don't see it happening. There we go. Oh, we still can't take it! Because we're out of dudes. Don't you hate when you run out of dudes? Wait, that came out wrong. It came out very wrong. They came out sacrilegiously long. Long? I mean wrong. I'm sorry, I was confusing my Japanese speaking capability. Hello, what do you think you're doing there, Mr. Crusader? You big jerk. It's kind of funny. Persians using Crusaders just strikes me as some sort of irony I can't quite quantify. Seriously, that's a little crazy. More than a little crazy, it's insane. Oh. There's one problem with places that cost a lot and don't make much. Every now and then they'll be forced to sell something to pay for their coverage. Like, oh, you can't pay the tax, man. Well, there goes your Coliseum. They don't let you choose either. It's automatic. They just take something that's expensive. Yeah, we got rocketry. Woohoo! Gonna blow some shit up. And we can also make SAM missile batteries, which are surface-to-air missile batteries that double your defense versus air attacks. That's pretty sweet. Oh, and I was wrong, by the way. I was saying you need to have a ground unit to take a city. Helicopters can actually take ground, or can take cities. Even though they are an air unit, they count as ground as well, because, you know, they're kind of, they're tweeners. Almost 103 million now. Jeez. Smoking along. Oh yeah, doing the old fix the capitalism. Let's shoot some dudes. Yeah. You know, I probably shouldn't have done that because I think I just killed their leader. Oh well. I'm not dying that bad for money. A little bit, not a lot. Those engineers are, it's amazing how fast it just starts to take shape, you know, you're like, all of a sudden you're like, bam, look at that, and then another, you're like, bam, wow, it's almost done. How long ago was I finished that island, you know? That's just pretty crazy. That island's not far from being complete either. Maybe it is complete, actually. Yeah, actually it is. I just was abandoning the guys, though, instead of actually doing something with them. Because that would make sense, and be crazy, crazy sense. Well, you know what? We're going to have to just hold off for now on the victory parade, because that city just never seems to work out in my favor. Damn city. Can't trust it. Just like you can't trust commies. I mean, democracies.